everyone, I'm back today with another Halloween card video. For this one, I'm going to share how I alter my stamped images to turn these cute little gnomes from Lawn Fawn's Oh Gnome stamp set into some trick-or-treaters. So first, I'm going to use the mushroom house die and borders along with the new Build-A-House Halloween add-on. And I started by drawing out a sketch for my card idea and how I wanted to change the images, and then I go on to stamp them out. So I had originally wanted to turn one of these gnomes into a ghost, but I didn't end up using him. Instead, I'm going to use the other gnomes and turn one into a witch, a mummy, and Frankenstein's monster. So to start, I ink up the stamp, take a stamp chamois, and wipe away the ink in order to leave areas blank so that I can go back in and draw in my own details. For the witch, I wiped away her shoes and apron as well as the edges of her hat, and then stamp her down, and then I do that again to get a nice impression. For the mummy, I didn't do anything besides stamp him out because I thought it would be funny that he still had a belt on over his mummy wraps. And for the Frankenstein gnome, I pretty much wipe away everything below his beard, leaving just the outline of his outfit. So before I make the changes permanent, I like to go in and draw them in with a pencil. I'm going to give the Franken gnome a stitched together hat with some bolts and a raggedy outfit. And then for the girl gnome, I'm going to turn her into a witch and give her a witch's hat, a witchy dress, and some curly-toed shoes. Now onto the last guy, I'm going to add a bunch of bandages all over, leaving some unraveled bits flowing around him. Once I have everything drawn in how I like, I take some micron pens and go over all the pencil lines. Then when it's completely dry, I erase any remaining pencil with a kneaded eraser. I did end up stamping some additional images that I don't have shown, but that will show up later in the video. So now I'm just going to go ahead and play some music while I color everything in. Okay, now that I've got everything colored and cut out, I'm going to start putting together the rest of the scene. I start by cutting the mushroom house from some dark gray cardstock and the top piece from some maroon cardstock. I add a second layer to the top of the mushroom so that when I add in the dots, they are slightly recessed. I lay out my scene a couple of times to see if it needs more, and I ended up adding some vines and colored mushrooms to match the house. Once I have all the pieces I need, I start on the background, and I'm using Distress Oxide inks, and the color is Bundled Sage, Evergreen Bough, and Black Soot. Before I started inking, I used a circle die to cut a mask for the moon out of a Post-it note. So I'm blending the ink onto some Bristol cardstock until it's smooth. Before I finished with the background, I removed the mask and took a tiny blending brush and some Bundled Sage and added some color onto the moon so it wasn't so stark white. For the grass, I had originally wanted to use some dark teal cardstock, but it was textured and really slick, so when I tried to add some dimension using the oxides, it didn't really want to stick or dry. So I took some cracked pistachio, mermaid lagoon, and black soot onto a scrap of olive green cardstock and tried to match the teal I wanted to use originally. Once I had the grass inked, I cut it into 3 pieces using the mushroom grass border, and I assembled the scene and glued everything down. I was originally going to use the speech bubble for the sentiment, but decided to heat emboss Happy Halloween from the Gnome-Ah-Ween Halloween add-on instead. After heat embossing, I layered the main panel onto some black and maroon cardstock. I think it's really fun to alter your stamps. It gives them a lot more versatility, and if I could recommend to anybody who does an amazing job at this, it would definitely be Popsicle Sticks on Instagram. She completely transforms her stamps into basically completely new images. It's so fun. So thank you so much for watching my video, and that's it for the card. Any additional information can be found on my blog at kittypatootieCrafts.com. And if you'd like to see more crafty videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Have an awesome day.